We have a warning for you tonight if you're in the market for a used car.
An influx of flood-damaged vehicles from Hurricane Sandy are on the way to the GTA.
They're still cleaning up after Hurricane Sandy in the U.S., but now there's a fear that flood-damaged cars could be on their way to Ontario, and many of these vehicles should be scrapped. I'm Pat Foran. I can tell you what to watch out for. I'll have that story just ahead.
Well, 2 weeks after Hurricane Sandy, the northeastern U.S. is still cleaning up debris and trying to recover from the storm.
More than 100,000 cars were damaged, and many of them ended up underwater. Well, now there's a fear flood vehicles are on the way here. Pat Foran has the details on Consumer Alert. Pat.
I do, Michelle and Bill, thank you. Well, they're being nicknamed Sandy cars, tens of thousands of vehicles that were underwater for days because of Hurricane Sandy. Officials are warning they're being shipped out of New York and New Jersey to be sold to used car buyers in Ontario. Hurricane Sandy struck with a vengeance on the U.S. northeast coast, flooding cities and towns. 100,000 to 200,000 cars were damaged, many of them submerged in salt water for days. So these flood vehicles, are they going to show up?
Absolutely, and they're going to pose a real danger to the public when they do.
The Ontario Motor Vehicle Industry Council, OMVIC, says law enforcement in the U.S. has warned them that flood-damaged vehicles are being shipped to Ontario.
They're really dangerous. In fact, a vehicle that's branded as a flood vehicle from the United States, if that brand stays on the car and you try to bring it to Ontario, you won't be able to put it on the road.
It's happened before. Following Hurricane Katrina, Americans in bordering states and Canadian provinces ended up with flood-damaged vehicles. Salt water causes corrosion and some issues don't show up right away. Flood-damaged vehicles can have many problems: mold, electrical, engine, and transmission, and many of them are better off here at the scrapyard than they are in your driveway. But even auto wreckers are leery of flood-damaged cars. David Gold with Standard Auto Wreckers says they have value only for their metal. His company sells used parts, and he doesn't want bad inventory.
We don't want these vehicles, so we're actually not bidding on them from the insurance companies, and we're kind of recommending that they get processed just from a scrap processor and not to someone who reuses the parts components.
To protect yourself, you want to research a car's history carefully. There is also additional protection buying through a registered Ontario car dealer.
If you buy from a registered dealer, the Motor Vehicle Dealers Act says that that dealer has to disclose to you if the vehicle's ever been involved in a flood where the liquid penetrated to above the floorboards.
Many flood vehicles are likely to be sold by illegal curbsiders posing as private sellers. If you buy from them, you could end up with a Sandy car that would be better off getting crushed at the scrapyard. And flood vehicles may also have a moldy, musty smell and may have unusual amounts of mud or dirt inside them. As usual, beware of any deal that seems too good to be true, especially if it's a car coming from the northeastern U.S. On your side, I'm Pat Foran.